Hello, fourth graders. This is Miss Yvette, and I'm here today to talk to you about our next two chapters in your Family Life magazine. Okay? So last week we did the first two chapters, and then I hope you had a chance to work on your review for Unit 1. And then Unit 2 today starts with God's gift of self. Okay? This is the picture for that, and it says the article is feeling under pressure. So you're going to read that, and then at the bottom here it says healthy habits in the home. With your family, read aloud Mark 1:35-45 from a Bible. Then think what it would be like if your family was with Jesus all day long. Talk about your time with Jesus, especially Mass. Down in the bottom corner is a family blessing that you should all say together. Take time together for prayer. Praise and thank God for the wonderful array of emotions that we feel daily. Take time to reflect on how you have acted on your emotions. All right, and that was on page 21. We're turning to page 22. And first thing it says, taking the lesson home. It says sharing feelings appropriately takes work. Give your family a chance to do so by completing this exercise. Consider this an emotional workout for the family. Be honest and listen carefully. One at a time, each member completes a sentence out loud. Continue until all sentences have been completed. So there's sentences there. I want to shout with joy when. I'm very afraid of. I fear sadness when. I get real angry when. I'm really surprised when. I'm very curious about. I get disgusted by. And number 8, I can't accept. So that sounds like a fun activity to do with your family, your brothers and sisters, and your parents. Because a lot of times we don't sit down and take time to talk about these things. Alrighty. Then there's a picture of a family right here. And it says making connections. So make sure you read that, and then there's some questions here to ask you. And at the bottom, faith on the fridge. We talked about this last week. Respect for one another is at the heart of family life. One way we show respect is by listening to each other. When your family gathers together to share a meal, spend a moment or two reflecting on how well family members listen to each other. At the end of your meal, say a prayer of thanksgiving for the good listeners in your household. So as we start in lesson 3, it says my feelings. Okay? Feelings on the playground. Okay? This lesson is going to explore what feelings are and why you have them. We're going to discover why your feelings change and how to listen to and name your feelings. Make the decision to let Jesus show you how best to share your feelings with others. Okay, so after you read Feelings on the Playground, they're going to ask you a question. How can your emotions help you make better decisions? Okay. I'm going to turn the page, and we're going to be on page 24. And up in the left-hand corner, it says Catholics believe. God gave us many kinds of emotions. Jesus has emotions too. He is divine, but he is also human, just like us. Jesus helps us learn from our feelings. He also shows us the best ways to share our feelings with others. Then the article is reasons for feelings. Okay? We all have a reason why we feel like we do. So this might help you to discover that. Right? In the bottom, the question is, how has someone you know helped you see God's goodness and love? What feelings did you experience? So you see all the kids are smiling, they're holding bunnies. So think about that question. Over here is the remaining 2 paragraphs of the article, Reasons for Feelings. Then it says a rainbow of emotions for the bottom. In the space provided, draw and color a rainbow. On each color, write a feeling you think the color might symbolize. Then choose one of the feelings and think about a time when you have experienced it. Write about that time inside the rainbow. That make sense? Okay. Your parents can explain that to you again if you're not real sure what they're asking. Up here in the right hand corner, growing in virtue, fortitude, gives us strength to do what is right. Courage is another name for fortitude. For example, we can practice the virtue of fortitude when we see someone being bullied on the playground. Fortitude helps us stand up for that person. It helps us make the right choice. And it's also very, very important that we always make the right choice, because the wrong choice cannot be very good for you sometimes. Alrighty, on page 26, our Catholic family album is Saint Philip Neri. So you want to read about him. And then it's saying acting on your feelings. Okay? Each feeling you have can help you choose to do something good. It is important to ask yourself, what am I feeling and why am I feeling this way? Naming a feeling you are having helps you to listen to it, to understand it, learn from it, and act on it appropriately. It says, imagine yourself experiencing one of the events below. Complete the sentences to help you listen to and act on your feelings. Okay. So you'll read the first one. It says, today is your birthday. Your family has planned a celebration. Some cousins and friends are waiting for you. You didn't know they were coming. You arrive, and in this moment I feel what? And I choose to what? Okay. So you have 2 lines to answer on each 3 of those questions. All right. So that's the end of our lesson 3. Lesson 4 starts with, on page 27, acting on my feelings. Okay. Here are 2 stories about 2 different kids who acted on their emotions. The first one was a bad day for Chris, and the second one, Rosalie and her grandmother. And then there's a question at the bottom to answer. In this lesson, we are going to explore what influences your feelings, discover how to express your feelings, and third, make a commitment to show respect toward yourself and others. All right. We're going to turn the page. On page 28, in the upper left-hand corner, it says, Catholics believe. How do we know if our actions are right or wrong? God has given us a wonderful gift called our conscience. Our conscience works best for us when we train it to do a good job and then listen to it. We use the gift of our conscience as our guide in making good choices. Okay. So the first paragraph at the top says ways to show feelings. Okay. Then there's a question. So you'll read the paragraph, answer the question. Feelings of affection. And you'll read that about how you feel when someone is being affectionate to you, hugging you, kissing you, or, being nice to you. Then that finishes over here. Then at the bottom of page 29, collage of affection. Look through magazines and newspapers for pictures of people showing affection as God intended. Cut out the pictures, glue them in the space provided or on a separate sheet of paper, and add a title to your work. In the right-hand corner, growing in virtue. Confidence. Confidence is a virtue that can help you make good decisions and do the right thing even when it is difficult. With confidence, you can try new things or ask for help when you need it. We can act with confidence because we know that God is there to help us. And that is so very, very true. Even though we don't always see God, He is there, and He is always helping you to choose so you can learn from the wrong choices you make. Okay? Catholic Family Album is St. Catherine Drexel. And I don't know if you know that we have a church, St. Catherine Drexel here in Frederick, which is connected with St. John's Catholic School. And on page 30, it says, showing respect to all. So you'll read that short paragraph, and then you have an activity to do at the bottom. All right. Then on page 31, we come to reviewing Unit 2. It summarizes Lesson 3 and Lesson 4. Think it through. There's some questions, and you'll need to write an answer. Choosing it right. Circle the letter of your choice that best completes the sentence. So there's a sentence, and you got to put in the right word. It's like a word bank under each sentence. Okay. On page 32, recalling key concepts. They're going to ask you questions, and you're going to say whether they're true or false. Fill in the missing words. And working together. Something you could do with your family. In here it mentions class, but maybe something you could do with your family. All right. All right. So that's it for lessons 3 and 4 today. I pray that you all are well and that you're getting a little bit of information out of these family life books. Thank you, and God bless.